Hello, this is Kevin Dye, owner of Dye Painting based in Arnold. As I said to Ann that I would go ahead and do a walk around with my video camera, it seems to be the most conducive way to iterate to everybody exactly what type of stuff we do and let everybody see kind of how we do business and so forth. And we have painted a couple churches now. As for believers, it's a pretty cool thing to do, to have your company do that. So I'll just kind of walk around and explain. The first day, we're going to trench the walls. So we basically take the dirt and we move it back by hand, so that when we paint underneath that dirt level. So after we're done, we push it back. You don't see a line of concrete. Obviously, pressure washing is key, and for us, prep is key. We're a prep-based company, so masking properly, caulking in every window seam, caulking in every hole, caulking in all the stuff on the fascia. Now granted, I understand that this is going to be two separate bids, so one for just fascia, one for body, so please disregard any of the talk of the body work, you know, if we're just going to do fascia. I just like to kind of do these both at once so that you guys have a really good understanding about what we do. Pretty basic stuff for us. It just needs a good wash. Again, caulking on all these windows is paramount. We really wanted to have the water, you know, not be able to get behind anything, because that's what makes paint fail, is the weather and so forth. This is what we call checking. So any checking or cracking in the wood is, we use a Kelbond Pro Ultra. It is a blue clearish primer, and it's like an Elmer's glue, and we basically brush it on there and it fills all the cracks. The whole the objective of for us is to have a structure that is it appears as if it's been dipped in paint. We really want a solid situation. We don't want thin in some areas, heavy in others. We really want a solid situation. Now, I am not a critiquing individual whatsoever, but one thing you will not see with us is you will not see any of the white on the brick. And when I pressure wash, if we do the body, of course, I might be able to get a lot of that removed. So again, through here, standard pressure wash, trench, nothing too overly exciting, but what we do, and it's very important, we need a clean surface. We use the best Kelly Moore paints that we can get our hands on. I also use Dunn Edwards. I kind of use a little bit of both, because I feel that between the two of them, I can pick and choose the best products. I prefer Dunn Edwards in a lot of cases for buildings like this that are facing west, because of the fact that I can use a what I can do is I can use a high UV paint, which is really awesome. I mean, it repels the sunlight and really helps with that. So, and that's a big deal. Longevity is key for us. We really want to have it last as long as possible, and you know, there's no need for us to do something and you have to redo it every 2 or 3 years. I like to say that we try to get at least 8 to 10 year paint jobs, and that's not 8 to 10 years not looking very good. That's 8 to 10 years looking good. So standard stuff back here, a lot of woodpecker damage I see. All of that will be addressed, and that is with putty and sanded. We do not do the woodpecker holes just by caulking them in and leaving them. We try to putty them and sand them a little bit. The whole objective is to camouflage. And then we can put all that back up. It looks as if it was done correctly with a cable instead of a stapler, which is awesome. So we can remove that, paint, and put it back up, and that will be in our price as well. And if it's just the fascia we're doing, we will not have to remove it at all. We can just kind of go around it or use a ladder up against the fascia, so that's not that big of a deal. Yeah, this is the fascia that gets that morning sun. Not a big deal. Completely caulked in, all the work done with the Kelbond primers and putty, so that it actually we could hide a lot of that stuff in case you guys do decide to put gutters back up or not. I really like it to look brand new, so that's not a big deal with us. All lights are basically masked or removed, painted, and put back up the same day. We don't like to leave lights off the building for too long. And again, pretty basic stuff. This is more the checking that our primers. Now we spray and then we brush in all the cracks and we roll on the faces, and that's called back rolling or back brushing. And then after that, we do another coat on top of that to hide any brush or roller marks. It's very important for that really even sheen. But pretty basic stuff, what we do. It's going to be a lot of paint. It is kind of a big building. It's a beautiful building though. And I would definitely be interested in, hopefully you guys as well, to get involved with this guy here. I like to use, that's a rot right there. I like to dig it out a little bit and use Carbondo. Believe it or not, Carbondo is an amazing thing for woodwork outside because it lasts forever and it is tough as nails and it's impervious to weather. And so I use a lot of that, sand it down really nice so that it has a nice appearance, and then paint it in. And to us, this little cross structure here would be the frosting on the cake for us. It's the stuff we like to do. Everything else pretty cut and dry. No paint on rocks, no paint on windows, no paint on skylights, no paint on the ground. This is unacceptable for us. And this color, I would suggest Sequoia Redwood. It is a beautiful red color for doors, and it's very close to what's on that building over there. And of course that would be painted. And then of course the trim around the windows in here as well. Any colors that you guys decide are going to be okay with us, we they're all the same for us. Everything is 2 coats. I've yet to see anything that's not 2 coats. And then you got this guy right here. We prep all that. Again, like I say, our objective is to have the structure appear as if it's brand spanking new. That's the main thing for us. And then, you know, most of the building's pretty self-explanatory. This guy right here, this railing, I'm not even sure if this would be involved. If it is, you guys can tell us. If the deck is involved, you can tell us about that as well. But if not, we can completely and absolutely go around it. We can tie this whole wall. All the doors will be done with a semi-gloss. All the body of the building will be done with a low sheen, enough to repel water but not too shiny. And we can do this deck if needed, or we don't have to. We can just completely go around it and you'll never know we were here. Again, you know, stuff like this can be masked. Shouldn't be too big of a deal. But this checking and stuff like this is what we want to get rid of. So that's pretty basic what we do in a nutshell. And that covers my bid will cover all materials, all labor. We take great pride in the fact that we really look at the building and make sure if we run into any carpentry, we can fix it on spot. All of us have been licensed in carpentry at some time or another, and we do not raise our bids as we go. Unfortunately, I tend to see that a lot too. Guys start with one price and then it ends up being something else at the end. What we say it is what it is. We don't try to gouge anybody. That's not how we do business. So hopefully this video is informative and lets you kind of see what we do. I will write everything up. It was a great pleasure to speak with Ann. So hopefully this video, if she does share it with anybody else on the board, at any point, if you are interested in having me come and talk with your guys' maintenance guy or anything else, please feel free. I would absolutely love to. It's a beautiful building. We take pride in what we do, and we love to be able to get involved on churches or just historical buildings. That's a great thing for us. So thanks for the time, and yeah, have a blessed day. Bye.